Hi there, how are you doing? My name is Anna. I am brand designer and I stumbled upon your website today and I couldn't help but just send you this video to offer some improvements because I analyzed a lot of your stuff, and if you won't be interested at the end in worst case scenario in this offer that I am about to propose here, then you'll have some insights on your social media, on your website, and on your brand in general that I did today. I had spent some time analyzing it, so I hope that's going to be useful for you. And let's jump right into it. I have a plan for this video. It's going to be a pretty long one, so I will send you the plan. At first, I will tell you what my offer is and what I do and who I am. Then it's short. Then second, I will come up with some ideas for your branding and references, how your logos or visual idea or concept can be improved. Then I will check with you some design options that can be done for your website and some designs that I made in culinary niche for other clients. Then we will cover technical mistakes on your website, because you have some, like here, you have some mistakes. You see this red bin here, so yeah. And at last, I'll tell you one social media insight that I had. First, I'll cover what branding is. I am brand designer and I have my own branding agency, so we do branding. What that is, it's when we take a product, which is usually some business product, and we pair it with events, with people, with design, with all the things target audience of this product would like. And we specialize in design as well. So we come up with strategy, right, with a plan, and then we realize that visually in different platforms, throughout platforms, like on social media, on Instagram, on YouTube, on websites, wherever it's that you need. So my offer here would be like a package of branding to analyze the market for you, to analyze your competitors, like conduct some research, then put it together in a shorter form for you to understand what is your vision, mission, naming. I guess you might have some already, so I'm not getting into that. We're just analyzing the things that we have, and we help you connect with the audience on social media through that, and have maybe some icons, stickers, or merchandise improved, or packaging that's going to be unique to your website and social media connected, so that they wouldn't be different from each other. Okay. And that's generally my offer. We can talk that through in more details on free consultations that I do. Now I'll get into other ideas that I want to cover. Also, I almost forgot that I wanted to, if you want to get to know more about what we do and why do you need a brand, like our offers, right? I have video on this on YouTube, and I'll send link to you. And I have one more video recently on 10 common mistakes in branding that I can see in your website and in your design. This too is going to be helpful for you, so I attached them here. Ideas for your branding and references. What do we cover in branding? We cover like in basic brief, in short version of it, 10 questions, and then we do like these stages for branding, right? And in 10 questions, we cover what is the product, what is the problem we're solving, emotional benefits, rational features, and other things. And we can get through that with you. And at the end, as we get all this data, as we compare you to your competitors, right, we come up with concept. That's idea behind visual. For example, I made branding for jewelry brand, and we came up with the concept of live jewelry. It means that jewelry lives its own life because we cook with it, we go to gym with it, we are washing sometimes the dishes, or we are holding hands, or we are carrying our children. And jewelry should be durable because it lives its own life, like initial idea of a Birkin bag. And that was the idea I came up for the brand, and we did design based on this idea. Then for you, I have to understand more of the concept that you have, but I have idea and concept of contrast here, because as far as I understand that, you have a restaurant that presents Asian cuisine, and it has notes of Japanese cuisine specifically, which is hard to formulate actually in headings and in offers. So maybe we should be simplifying that in all the slogans and all the our vocabulary. But we would use not just luxury concept of Asian cuisine, but we would be using redefined, simpler, almost like street style cuisine. I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong here, but we are presenting Wagyu in burgers or other formats. And I love the way you wrote it, make complex simpler or sophisticated simpler on the homepage, but it's not completely clear what is the product you're presenting, that this is food and this is restaurant. And it's also not clear in this heading specifically what are the emotional benefits your user is going to be inclined to receiving. Making complex simple, it can be about art or real estate or finance or some teaching course, so it's not completely clear, and maybe we can change that message as well. But having contrast, showing how complex and tasty, luxurious cuisine is, and how it can be maybe more affordable, is if that is one of your benefits, in simpler way, in more even juicier, I don't know. And that's the concept that I have, contrast and comparing white to red, because that's Japanese concept, and using maybe Japanese ornaments or traditional like elements in logos, in word marks, in other cases. And here I had previously prepared some references for logos that can be used. These are more of Italian style logos, but we can come up with something of the kind special for Asian cuisine. And I love specifically this Al Forno bakery and coffee, because they have way too detailed ornaments and way too detailed illustrations that they use for packaging. And yeah, that's what also we include like in our services, packaging specifically. And I saw in your merch that you have some of this dine hard, stay home, and it's good, but I can't read what exactly that you wrote on fish here. So yeah, we would come up with some contrasting colors, with some accent colors, with primarily white and red, and would add some national motifs in ornaments and logos here, and maybe develop this idea in general. Okay, then if I'm moving on to talking about how design might look at the end, I would present something really simple, and I was thinking of how we can make headings of the website more clear and simpler. And first I wrote, allow yourself the luxury of dining fine Asian dishes with a Japanese twist. So it was too long, it was too much, but the benefit of this heading, initial heading, it's a draft version of it. The benefit here is that allow yourself the luxury of means emotion. It's plain, and people understand that, and people connect with these words. Because when they see, I'm not sure what level of cuisine do you present. Do you present luxury, or do you present something simpler? What price range do you have? I would have to ask you about that. But if we would have luxurious dishes, we would say allow yourself the luxury of, because a lot of hardworking people, depending on your target audience, we can also analyze that, do not allow themselves to have a joy of great food, great dishes. And here we're saying you're allowed to do that. Like, take your time and enjoy this one. And we are setting great context, relaxing and joyful and simple and classy, classy atmosphere for our visitors right from the website, like starting from the website. As they open it, they would I'm not sure that they would feel relaxed this instant moment, but they would start feeling relaxing and feeling good, so they would want to come to us. Then I experimented a little bit with this heading. So we have to put a lot into heading. We should name that that's Asian, it's Japanese, it's food, so that people would understand what the product is. We should transmit some emotional message. And we should also, that's going to be enough. Yeah, put it short, like make this short so that it wouldn't be too long to read and exhausting to read. And here, the art of simple Asian, it's not completely clear that it's food, but you can see in photos or videos down here that that's food. Then emotion or atmosphere can be transmitted just through the visual and style of the website, right? And the art of simple Asian, it combines Japanese and Asian in itself, but that's not the final version of it. That's just a quick idea I came up with. And I put here, view the menu, order delivery. Details will cover when I'll analyze your website and all the mistakes that you have. But these are the options that I thought of, and that's combination, like option for contrast, for TOO version for Duo here. But that this one is the most suitable, and maybe we would deliver more of it, make it even more elegant, more sophisticated. It depends on your requirements here, but that's the thing I would offer for you. And I also made other websites for other clients. This one is Chef Mel. She like presents catering, like selection of services in LA, and that's how her website looked like, and mobile version. And that was Robert Stevens from Finland. He also works in Dubai, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and that's Chef Trisco, where that's pretty underground and modern and use concept for design, right? So yeah, I worked with this niche of culinary, and then I want to present you this website that I made. It's not culinary, it's nowhere near your niche or product, but I love the background colors here because I think that would match with your concept greatly. And also I wanted to show you that I work with complex UI elements, like all the complex stuff, and that was like a gaming platform, so I can easily do that, not only just simple things. Now let's proceed to your website, because I have a lot of things to say. Well, one more before that. I put together some of the references for the website. I'm not sure if it's clear for you, but yeah, you can see what are the ideas we might use in our website, and we would come up with more. I love this Moss website. It's clear, but we would design and come up with more even references based on your analysis and briefing if we would work together. Now let's proceed to your website, and apart from visual, apart from beautiful, there is technical and logical part in all of this, and I want to move on with that. So as we open homepage, okay, I saw this upper header with location and with telephone. It's weird that when I would hover on it, these two items would have on hover effect, which doesn't work simultaneously. So I either hover on this icon, or I either hover on this phone. I will even show that to you. Yeah, like I either hover on this one or on this one, which is weird. This should be just one unit. And also it's hard to hover on this because that's too tiny. We cannot see that maybe, but we can add background or zone that would be a bigger clickable zone for our convenience, because it's also problematic for mobile version of the website. It's really hard with our fingertips to click on something and be accurate and not mistake the pages or the social media, like these options here. So it's really hard to click on that. Yeah, I also wrote here to increase the clickable zone. But yeah, that's the first comment. That's technical one that you can improve. Then if we are talking, yeah, icons are too small as well. If we're talking about this header and this menu here, homepage and logo, they have same function. I checked that your logo is clickable, and in all of the website, when you are clicking on the logo, it means exactly homepage. You're going to homepage, so there is no need in cluttering space with additional words here. Then about logo, yeah, it's unclear what is written here. It's restaurant, because it's super tiny, and when I scale it down, I can't see what is written on there. So for logos, you can have contracted version of the logo and full version of the logo. So not writing everything everywhere is okay. And also I wanted to ask you, because I'm really curious about where did this idea of a naming came from, Strayfields, because I feel that I think that there is some idea and really deep thought behind it, but I'm not completely sure what is it. So maybe you can use in your logo or in branding this number 3, because it sounds like there is some idea behind it and there is a story to it. And it's really interesting to know what that story is, and for your clients as well. Then about why have I highlighted that with yellow, why and menu, about and menu, because it has different names on the page directly and here in the header. On the page, we have name about us and our menu, and here we have about and menu. That's different naming, which is confusing. I know these are really tiny details, which might not seem important to you at the moment, but they are important at the end. Catering, gift cards, and contact. So you should be like writing these points in the menu in a matter of hierarchy. Menu would be the most important thing for you, I guess. Then it would go catering. Then you would go with gift cards. And also I saw that you haven't included this merchandise here. So I would go with merchandise then, and then I would have about us and contact us. And that would be it. Then it's interesting that as I am checking this viewport is the thing that I see within my screen. I shouldn't be scrolling down to see the rest, okay? And one screen at a time that I see. And it's interesting that main call to action buttons, these are go-to buttons. These are things that are bringing companies leads. These are the most important. It's the target action on the website. It's the purpose of website, okay? They are not visible. They are on the second viewport, which is different. Weird, I mean. So, yeah, we should be moving them up. And there is also no primary action. When do people use the website? Yeah, depending on situation in which people are using your website most oftenly, I think that they would use that mostly on mobile phone when they are in your restaurant physically, or when they are at home and they are ordering some takeout or yeah, like delivery. I guess that's popular delivery service in Dubai. So here we go. And we should have one action that's going to be primary, so with filled background, and another one that's going to be less important, so we just can leave out some stroke or border here but no filler here, and that's going to be like delivery. But you should decide which one action out of two is the most important here that we would put emphasis on. Then the second thing, maybe third thing I want to tell you is that video is loading for too long. It takes long. Maybe that was my problem with internet the first time I tried that out. But if in case you know that you have a really like large video of high quality, you should have loading state for your website. Loading actually can be pretty beautiful, it can be interactive, it can be interesting, but when you have loading on your website, users understand that something is going on there, and it just takes time, and they will stay patient, they will stay on your website. But unless your loading takes more than 3 seconds and people just see black screen and nothing changes, then they won't have patience in them to stay with the website here. Also, yeah, I talked about heading that you should include emotional benefits, food, Japan, and purpose. Then we have this copy, which is interesting. At first, I see that that's AI copy, because AI starts off passages with this words and then with two dots, and I see that we can divide this passage into 2 parts, because there is I don't know, some kind of start, pre-story, and then a mission here. Then also I texted with this yellow. Why have I? Yeah, I do not know what is the purpose of this text. What is it telling us? Is this text engaging us in some kind of things, or is it telling how proud we are that we are award winning? If we are award winning, then we should be showing our awards. Actually, like, if we can show that right on the home screen at the bottom, they shouldn't be taking up the whole screen, because then we are, I don't know, it's your preference actually. But if I would be making this website for myself, I would point out these awards right from the start, so that people would see that that's award-winning restaurant, that's a serious restaurant we are talking about, but not being too proud and just taking up the whole viewport and take time user to scroll down this viewport, because that's not informative. Like, it's not giving new information to your user, so we're just wasting users' time. And then, yeah, we can cut it short. Like, we started our journey since 2016. It's okay. And then this part is important. This green part is important. Yeah. And also location is important. And it's important that you say that redefine dining in Dubai, but how exactly are you redefining that? What is your purpose here? That's going to be really interesting to know if you would be writing this text from yourself, like you're speaking your truth, not speaking AI generated text, because nobody's going to read that. And also this copy lacks keywords for SEO promotion, and yeah, it's not the best copy. Also, it's hard to read long copies like this. And no, in our era of quick content, of TikTok, we have really short span of attention, and nobody's gonna take time to read copy like this. Experiences and create unforgettable moments. So there is no call to action. What is the purpose of this section here? And there is no tone of voice. Like, we can create also in branding, apart from visual, tone of voice for your brand. Like, what words do you use? What keywords do you use? How do you speak? Do you speak formally, respectfully, or are you joyful? Are you super excited? What is the character of your restaurant or of your business? And yeah, you can show that in simple copies and headings here. So there is no call to action, just create unforgettable moments and experiences. It looks like a quote, generic quote from some status or story on social media. Then we see experiences, and here I'm not sure if that was clickable, but I just photo and done. I guess that's the location that you wanted to show, but maybe for location we should be adding map or real like name of location. Then shop now, we do not understand why or have we entered this restaurant website, right? And here we have merchandise right at the start of the website, so I would put that back, or we just have name of merchandise in the header, and that would be it. I don't know, I would promote food and delivery first. And then also, why have I highlighted that with red? It's hard to read this copy on background where there is a lot of details on the background. It's possible, but it's not super convenient, and that's not inclusive. Culinary accolades. So yeah, we have really sophisticated language when we are saying that we are redefine and making it seem clear. Then this dash, I'm not sure what it stands for. Maybe that's part of design, but if you are using some kind of the patterns and system in design, you should be using that throughout the website. It should be like clear design element. Here just one dash. And then for fonts, we have different fonts here, which is fine, but having headings that are on the same level of hierarchy, but this one is bold and this one is just regular, it's different, it's weird. And having not aligned copies here when this one jumps down here. I know that's because of the size of the logo, but somehow these logos are tiny and this logo is big, so it's interesting how it jumps here. In press, we have really huge contrast and not many cases where on the whole, like I'm scaling down, you see all the pages of your website, and there is no one case where you would have section that would be purely white. So it's different and it's strange. It's not systematic. It's not consistent for your website. I wouldn't be using this white background here. I would just turn these logos into black and white format. In most of the cases, you can do that. Maybe Michelin would have some problems, I'm not sure. But yeah, if we turn that in black and white version, we can have white logos on black background. That's going to be fine, completely fine. Then yeah, we also have different fonts throughout website. There is limitation to the number of fonts you can have. And yeah, like having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like you can have up to 10 fonts in total, but like up to 6 fonts for headings and 3 fonts for body copy, for small copy, and for copy in call to action button. But we have already more, and I wanted to point that out. Too much text in this footer, and it's not organized the way I would want to. With first off with spacing. Let me just put it back here. So what about spacing? We have spacing that is really big here and here and here, and it's almost same. Like space between this, like that's a unit of information. That's group of elements, right? And space here should be smaller than space between similar units in hierarchy. Like, right, this can stay big, but this should be smaller. And also here you have icons, here you don't have icon, and you can put icons here, open in 7 days, like it's it can be more organized, okay? And then these icons are different in size, and in the items themselves are different from those in header. So yeah, and I can quickly check other pages because that's going to be me talking too long here. Next page, about us. Yeah, it's easier to read copy when it's left aligned. Why? Because also I wanted to ask, in what languages do you have this website? If that's only in English, then my comments are appropriate. If we are speaking about some Arabic language or other, then we should be talking about different alignment of copy and elements here. It's easier to read English text or like Latin text when it's left aligned, because we are always, like, as we end the row of the text, we are getting back, and if this start of each row is aligned, it's easier to find the start every time we're getting back to the start of the row of the line. So having center aligned text is bad. And also, if you see details with distance, here we have small distance, and here we have in between the passages, we have huge different distance, which is weird. We also should have some navigation on the website if we have some pages that are deeper than in the system, right? In the site map as a tree of the site. Then this points in the menu, right? If we are diving too deep into some articles or blog, we should have navigation on the website so that we could always go back. And also we need a block here. Why? Because that serves as useful information with a lot of keywords. for SEO promotion, if you want your website to be top ranking in Google search in your location, then use keywords and block for that. Then I know that it might look interesting, like this chess composition, chess layout, but in general it's boring. You just flipping text and photo, that's weird. It's not creative composition enough. There are a lot of options on how we can compose elements on one section. So yeah, here we have a photo on right and on left and on right again. Then people and team and connection is often more important than your location. Your location can be highlighted in contacts or on homepage, but having page about us, it's more about your backstory, about your team. And I do not see like maybe founders or members of the team. I understand that here you have really respectable guests, but I see too little of a team itself. I have just walls and locations, which is great in Fish. It's great, but people connect with people and they trust more when there is some face and people they respect or see as a good person behind some huge machine. Then yeah, that should be first. Then a lot of text here, not aligned with tone of voice, and yeah, sometimes generic text. And layout is poor. By layout I mean composition, that I already said. And also there is one more like spot, it's just black space and it's nothing there. I was confused about that. And as we open menu, or our menu, which has like two different names here, the header here is way too huge. If I would open that in just a second, in scale of 100 on my laptop, this header, it's called like things before content that we need. It takes up 50% of the screen. It's too much. I want to check the menu, not the header, not these elements. This can be really smaller and this can be more thoughts, right? So signatures we have for styles. Yeah, really different styles of food that can be breaking down, like separated one from another with different shades, with backgrounds, with tags, with hashtags, there are different ways to make the different, not just by using different copy, and not just by saying on each and every meal, please ask team for availability. If you have on some of those option to order, here you do not actually have this. It's interesting. If you actually have items where you shouldn't be writing that, it's important to then write it and you're doing everything right, but correct. But if you're just repeating this phrase on each and every item, that's weird, and you can just unify write that once somewhere at the top. Also, I guess that's units of money. Yeah, okay. What are and so I would click on one item. Here I see the photo, but I do not see the description, and I'd like to see the description here as a pop-up window. Why? Because here I can't see the dish in details. Okay, or which one is that? I can't see the dish, but here I can't read the description, so I should be jumping from one window to another just to read description and see the dish. That's weird. Then alignment of content here, this should be like a container of content, and all items should be aligned or have same widths. Then for catering, yeah, too much space in here at the top, and one word is, we're not laying out one word here at the bottom. Then I would place form at the top of the page, not the photos. Why? Photos are actually important, but we came here to fill in the form and to order something, but I have to scroll down and it takes time. Or maybe we can combine side by side it, but it's too much space here. Then for email address or for subject, we can present users with some examples and make their life easier so that they can choose from something. Two similar inputs, that's the one that fits better here. And also we would place, that's tiny element, but first we have to, user should understand what will happen after submitting the form. Like, will he get email as a response, or will somebody call? Okay, yeah, there is no phone, but if we would have phone here, would somebody call you, or would they explain to you how catering works here, or would they just tell you the price and offer you without any human connection, or in what time they would respond, like within one working day or within a week, how they would function. That would be really user friendly to mention that, and place submit button at the right bottom lower corner, because we are checking website here from left to right and from top to bottom, and the lowest and the last anchor point would be this row. That's going to be the correct way to place things here. In gift cards, we have like one heading, then the second heading, then a lot of copy. Maybe we can place this description copy below the cards, because cards are more important, and then have one heading here is going to be great. Then having call to action button or really great clickable zone would be important here, because I don't see the buttons as well. Also, you can offer them what are the dishes that these cards can cover. Like, if you order this one, these are the top popular sets you can order, right? If you order this one, these are the top popular sets you can order, just as solution ideas already, like plus bonus that would make your customers more happy. One gift card, yeah, a lot of copy, we could place that below here too, and it's the text here is cut off, and I would place this copy as comment below the input, and that would be of small text. Delivery date should be opened in a calendar, not manually put in. And for quantity, we would place these buttons to add quantity and make it less, and add cart, yeah, placed on the in the upper lower right corner here. Then this can be sticky. It means that as I would be scrolling, this would stay in place, and this form would be scrollable. Okay, I see that this part can be scrollable, and as it ends, then both parts become scrollable, and we scroll down here. Description is boring. I understand that it's important, but it can be terms and condition. Terms and conditions should be actually of different page here. Privacy policy, terms and conditions. But okay, it can be here. Then this photo will be cut off. I can't see at the time all, like, the whole photo. I can see either the bottom of the photo or the top of the photo. So it can be just of a different format here, and it will be cut off and it'll be sticky as on this page. And also, it's interesting that we just use one photo throughout the website. Maybe we can be using different photos. That would be of help. Empty shopping cart. So there is no, your cart is currently empty. It's like we are stating the fact, and that's it. But maybe we should be offering some action instead, like check out these top meals here, or go and let's taste some great Asian food. Let's go and buy something. It should be more encouraging to action here. Then shopping cart, yeah. Then I open up shopping cart. Half of my screen is just this header. That's weird. And I'd like to place all the orders and details of them in this half of the screen, or maybe like 3/4 of the screen, or 2/3 of the screen. This zone can take up 2/3 of the screen, and this cart totals can take up one third of the screen, right? So that I would see the total and I would see my order in one scroll. That would be really great. And or if we have a huge order, this card would stay sticky and we would be able to scroll down all of these details here. Have a gift card. Yeah, it's weird alignment, a lot of space here. And that's it. That's all the comments I have. And for mobile, I checked mobile as well. Yeah, tiny objects here. Then hamburger menu is there is such Jack's law. It's called Jacob's law. In most of websites, this this hamburger menu is placed in upper right corner, and people are used to that, and people feel avoided or hostile to all the new things. So it would be more comfortable for them to place these icons into upper right corner. Then again, I can't see the main call to action buttons. I can't see the menu right away here. I should be able to open menu or what I want just without scrolling or going to other pages here. Yeah, that's where these buttons are. When we are loading, it looks like this. It looks weird. A lot of copy here, a lot of weird, how do you put it? Transitions of text. Okay. This text, it's hard to read here. This section is too long. You can have horizontal scroll, like you can scroll this word horizontally and show that there are a lot of them. But if we are scrolling them vertically, it takes up a lot of time just to scroll them by. And it's weird that in footer, some of the contents are center aligned and some of them are left aligned. Then I check just headers. Here on this screen, header takes up 60%. I'm not seeing the price for gift card, I'm just seeing this. Same goes here. In card, 100% is just some heading here. Then here in shop, I can have 2 items side by side, not just one at a time, because it's not important for me to check the details of this card, because visually, right, that's not part of closing for me. And that would be okay if you open that on the screen on the mobile to see 2 items at a time. And these are some ideas for shopping cart at last that I wanted to show you. There is a common practice of placing total at the top, and that's going to be fixed. So I can have a lot of items and I can scroll them, but at the top I will see always my price changing. And I also I shouldn't be placing cart total somewhere at the bottom of the website, because it's hard to remember and to compare total and specific items that I'm checking. So it would make this page shorter vertically and more convenient. And also I would fix at the bottom this main call to action button, proceed to checkout. That's going to be main button here. And these are not going to be main buttons. These are going to be just buttons with border, secondary buttons. I would add plus and minus here, and quantity. Okay, so I'm sorry, I see quantity here. These lines are so big here that this whole block doesn't look like one item. It looks like 4 items. So yeah, these are the comments that I have for your website. I hope that was helpful for you, and I hope that you like that. And one more thing according to the plan, I wanted to show you my social media insight on you. So first I opened your social media and I'm like, it's great social media because it's bright and it's colorful and it's interesting to watch. Then I figured out that people are not opening Instagram to see food, to see your food, right? If we're not talking about food, we might talk about some towels. Let's say there is a business owner who sells towels. People would not open Instagram to see towels of different color. Of course, food is more interesting to watch. It's more tasty, it's more juicy, it's great. It's bright, I love it. But it looks like, I don't know how to put it, as a catalog in some shopping mall. Nobody opens up Instagram to look at different kinds of towels, at different kinds of foods, how this sushi looks like here, how this fish looks like here. No, they're not. They are opening up social media to connect with people, to interact themselves, to see jokes, memes, to see backstories, to see the backstage of the kitchen, to see a regular day in the restaurant, to see what people are visiting your restaurants, what's the atmosphere, maybe what's the music playing there, what are your inside jokes, how did you came up with your new dish. Like, they are seeking to connect and see true life of your restaurant. And there is a difference. That's where difference between social media and website come into place. Social media is for connecting, for entertainment, not for just saying that's dish number 1 and that's the price, dish number 2 and that's the price. Photos might be beautiful, but it's not what people want here. And on the website, you can place all of your types of dishes, all of your prices. That's where catalogs goes, on websites, and on social media with the connection. So we also do like strategy for social media, if you would be interested in that. So yeah, that was my offer. And if you want to learn more details on how we can work on your case, because I would be glad to work on your case. I chose your restaurant and to spend a couple of hours on that just because I saw that that was interesting, and I see that it might lack some visual or branding strategy. Let me know if you're up for call this week, and have a nice day. Bye.